everyone, and welcome back to this program. This is the third episode of the series of the explanation of the vocabulary and sentences of Asterix, the Gladiator in Luxembourgish language. Before we get started, please like this video and share it with whoever you believe might benefit from it, and also subscribe if you haven't done so. And if you wish to support my work, which is an awful lot of work, consider making a donation via the QR code that you see on the screen right now, which is my Buy Me a Coffee account. Let's go right in. An der Reihe. The word Reihe means a row, all right, like standing in line. So an der Reihe means in line, means it's in line with what we're trying to do. It's okay, it's good, it's all right. An der Reihe. Gegen. Gegen means against or counter. So we can say, for example, Frankreich spielt gegen Deutschland. France plays against Germany, in the football scenario, for example. Or I could say, euch setzen Leder gegen die Mauer. I'm putting, the ladder against the wall. Gegen. So we have our Romans that are in the woods trying to find out how they're going to catch the Toetebatiks poet singer. So the centurion says, an der Reihe. Euch hun etwas gegen dem Dichtersänger sein Geheimwaffe fand. An der Reihe, all right, as we have said. Euch hun etwas, I've got something, fand, I have found something. All right. Gegen dem Dichtersänger sein Geheimwaffe, against the secret weapon of the poet singer. As we said in the previous video, possessives in Luxembourg are quite different from English. We say Paul his car. So it's dem Dichtersänger sein Geheimwaffe. So it's the Geheimwaffe of the Dichtersänger, the secret weapon of the Dichtersänger, but we have to say it that way. Dem Dichtersänger sein Geheimwaffe. So I got something against the secret weapon of the poet singer. So adjective, closed. So we say dir ist so. The door is closed. Das Fenster ist so. The window is closed. The boutique ist so. The shop is closed. Ich stop. So pay attention. So this is a noun, first of all, and it is masculine. Ich stop, which means a plug, like a plug to, block a hole. So stoppen. So here we see really two words together. Hopla. Let's move away. Okay, so we have so, which means close, and stop, but the whole thing in a verb. So it means to plug up something. Like you have a hole, something, you plug something into it in order to close it, to stop up. That's also, I found this as a translation. That's correct English, supposedly. So stoppen, plug something close to stop up something. Alle gut, all together, all of us, all together, all of. So we can say, for example, wir gehen alle gut an Schule. We're all going to school. Wir gehen alle gut op die Arbeit. We're all going to work. Oren, the ears. In oor, one, oren, two ears. So back to the forest. Centurio says, wir stoppen Eis alle gut Ohren zu. We all plug our ears closed. Okay, as I said, so stoppen, you don't use it the same way in English. All right, but basically we plug our ears so they're closed all together. Wir stoppen Eis alle gut Ohren zu. So the word Eis means ourselves. So once again in English, the sentence structure kind of changes, but this is how it's said in Luxembourgish. Just try to say it like that, listen to it like that, and if you can remember it like that, with time, you'll see that all this will fall into place. Mat wat? With what? peterseelig. Peterseelig, parsley. So the soldier, okay. Overall. Everywhere. All right, so we have it here. Mat peterseelig. So the soldier asks, with what should we plug our ears? Mat peterseelig. There's us overall. So with parsley. So we said mat means with. Peterseelig parsley. There's us overall. There's means of that. You know, like of that thing. Us overall is everywhere. That's not exactly how you'd express it in English, but that's how you express it in Luxembourgish. Once again, just try and take it in like that. Dat geht mir nicht. So geht means literally walk or go. Let's say go, it's more go. That doesn't go to me, yani that doesn't befit me, it doesn't suit me. So you can say that either when it's like on the picture here for clothes, it's not the right size, or just something you don't like. Nah, that color doesn't suit me. You know, that geht mir nicht. All of that is correct. Et as mir. So that is a way of expressing how you feel. For example, you can say, et as mir kal. It's cold to me, literally, if we were to translate it. Means I'm cold. Et as mir warm. I'm hot. It's hot to me. Right? Et as mir schwindelig. I'm dizzy. Or et as mir schlecht. I feel ill. Engmetzlerei, a butcher's shop. Engmetzlerei. So back to the forest. After the centurion said that we'll plug our ears with parsley, one of the soldiers said, one of the legionaries says, peterseelig an den Ohren, dat geht mir nicht. Parsley in the ears, that doesn't suit me. Dan as het mir jo away an enger Metzlerei. In that case, het as mir away, I will feel like at a butcher's. Because, you know, they used to, you know, the butchers, they would put parsley in, I think, the pig's ear. They had stuffed the pig's ear with parsley and put an apple in his mouth. Something weird like that. Not exactly something I'm a fan of, but anyway. Dan as het mir jo weh an enger Metzlerei. Once again, a bit of a strange sentence. You can leave that one out. There's no big deal. Then we spoke about e-stop, a plug. This is angstop. It's the same word, but feminine. And that means a hiding place. Angstop. So the centurion says, zo, lo mache mir eis rum an eis stop. So, lo, now, mache mir eis. The verb mache means to make. But that particular word is used very loosely in Luxembourgish. Like in English, we have the verb to put. Is very loose when it comes to its meaning. You can use it in so many different contexts. It will mean something quite different. Also the word to pick, etc. So, wir machen eis, we put ourselves. It means literally you make ourselves, but it means we put ourselves back. Means back or again. An eis stop. In our hiding place. Also, lo machen wir eis an eis stop. Ein Zeichen, a sign or a signal. Ugreifen, to attack. So ugreifen is one of the verbs that's complicated because it has two parts. It has this suffix un, and then when we conjugate it, it becomes euch greifen un. As we shall see here. Okay, before that, al modernin, all together. Al modernin. So it means mir greifen al modernin un. We attack all together. So you see the un in the infinitive, it was before. But when we conjugate the verb, it comes at the end of the sentence. Wir greifen all Modernin und we attack all together. Let's go. So, the centurion says to his soldiers, Avan euch Zeche gin, da greife mir den Dichtersänger all Modernin un. Avan euch Zeche gin, and when I give the sign, then, normally it's supposed to be two N's here, but as it's the colloquial version, the N's have dropped. Greife mir den Dichtersänger. We attack the Dichtersänger all Modernin, all together. Und, as I said, comes at the end of the sentence. Da greife mir den Dichtersänger all Modernin un. Nus lasher. So nus, the nose, lasher, holds. Nose holds, yani nostrils. So, we have the word dabu, which is a mild insult in Luxembourgish, which means dummy. So we have this guy here, instead of plugging his ears with the parsley, he's plugging his nose. So this guy here tells him, Not on nuas lasha, dabu. Not in the nostrils, you dummy. Then, a bussin duano. A bussin, as we said, a little bit, duano, later, a bit later. Then, very common expression in Luxembourgish. More gucken. Let's see, plainly. More gucken. Wat soll ich allo nach sangen? Wat soll ich, what should I allo now nach sangen, also sing? What shall I now also sing? Or what more shall I sing, we would say in English. And so the centurio gives the signal, las. Las, we would translate it as let's go, but it literally means unleash. Unleashed. Las or loose, meaning unleashed. They ana, the others. We have one here and we have all the rest here. They ana, the others. So the centurion jumps out, then he looks around and he says, They anas in it not come. The others did not come with me. As we said, mat, with, not mat come, didn't come along, didn't come with me. The others didn't come along with me. Endlich, finally, endlich. Verstehen, to understand. Ich verstehen, du verstehst, hier versteht, verb. So, the poet singer sees the centurion and he's all glad. Hi, if fan, hier a fan, endlich in den etwas von der guter Musik versteht. Finally one that understands something from the good music or something about good music. Den etwas, that something von der guter Musik versteht. From, and he understands something from the good music. Once again, this sentence does not have the same construction as in English. However, this is quite a good sentence, and I advise that you should, just try and take it in like that. And as always, you'll see with time, it'll fall into place. Genug. Enough. Genug. Aushalen. To bear. So once again, here I had a lot of trouble finding a picture that would reflect the meaning. So to bear, like in this case here, we see that the beam bears the weight of the man standing on top of it. Right? That's really the meaning of aushalen. To be able to bear the weight or the strain of something. So the opposite is unbearable. Dat is not auszahalen. This is not to bear, meaning this is unbearable. Dat is not auszahalen. Very common expression. Haal stil. To my knowledge, this is not used much. We would say more zeer vroeg, be quiet, zeer vroeg. But as it's in the book, in order to understand the story, I'm explaining it. So the toetebatik starts singing and the centurion jumps onto him. Genoeg, genoeg, dat als je niet uit te halen. Haal stil, haal stil. Enough, enough, that is unbearable. Be quiet, be quiet. Rufen, to call, rufen, du riefst, hier rieft. We already studied that one before in the verb series. Latzat, a lazy person. Latzat. And we have the adjective latzig, which is very common, which means boring, annoying. So Centurion gets angry. Wei, how? Heer dir net wanneer je roepen die latzatten? Heer dir net, don't you hear? Wanneer je roepen, when I call you, die latzatten, you lazy bunch? Gevangen, caught, is the passive version. Vangen is to catch. Gevangen is caught. It's also the not only the passive, also the past. Ich hun fish gevangen. Anyway, gevaar or the gevaar, danger. And so we have the word levensgevaar. This literally means danger to life. All right, so in French, just like in English, we would say danger of death, but life-threatening, really. Life-threatening, that's what it's meant, levensgevaar, a life-threatening type of danger. Verten, to fear. Verten. So then, we fast forward in the story, because I'm just taking the images of the new vocabulary. You'll see the whole development in the audio version of the whole thing read out with the images. So the centurio, after they bring the toetebatiks back to the camp, he says, "Wat loodse vertenas." So what now, is to fear. What is to fear now? De ander werden het niet doorbij losen. De ander, the others, werden het niet. They won't be doing something. And what is that? Doorbij losen. They won't leave it at that. De ander werden het niet doorbij losen. Tzedin, to do. Ich hun tzedin, I have stuff to do. Or the opposite, ich hun nichts tzedin. I don't have anything to do. So as soon as Centurio says now we're scared that there's going to be revenge from the Gallians, then the prefect says, "Ich hun allo hai nicht made sedin." Oh, sorry. I don't have anything more to do here now. Ich hun allo, I now have nothing, nicht made, nothing anymore, sedin, to do. Once again, you see that the sentence structure changes. However, this is quite a good sentence. Like, try to just take it in like that. That will help you understand a number of things later on. Then we have angbruch. Angbruch literally is what is that called in English? What they use in ambulance to carry the injured person. I forgot what it's called in English. Can't think of it. Anyway, that's what angbruch is normally. However, in the context of the book, is used as a palanquin. And a palanquin is this thing here where the wealthy and high-ranking people would be carried by slaves back in the days. Hai hina, over here. Hai hina. In other words, either come over here or bring it over here. De gevangenen, the prisoner. It means the one who is caught. De gevangenen. It does not mean prisoner like an inmate, but rather somebody who has been captured. direct, straight away. Direct. So the prefect says, Mijn brug hai hina. My palanquin over here, meaning bring me my palanquin now. De gevangenen an us, the captured and me, gin elo direct fort op galère. Gin elo fort are going to leave now, are going to go away now, straight away, to the galley, which is that type of boat. Mat der mir op Rome fuhren, with which we are going to go to Rome. So the prisoner and myself are gonna straight away go to the galley with which we're gonna go to Rome. De Gefangenen an us gehen elo direct fort op galère, mat der mir op Rome fuhren. That's it for this episode. Thank you very much for listening and see you in the next one.